Just letting you guys know you can listen to my No Bleeps podcast anywhere you stream podcasts or on my No Bleeps YouTube channel. Link in the description. Hey guys, it's Spilly and welcome back to Sesh. We have a lot to talk about today because Jeff Wittek came out with the video titled My Truth. There's also been a lot of news surrounding David Dobrik losing a ton of sponsorships. David Dobrik is reportedly no longer an owner of a women's soccer team backed by celebrities like Serena Williams and Natalie Portman. They don't want to be associated with him because of all the stuff that's coming out. David Dobrik has been dropped by brands like DoorDash, EA Sports, and Dollar Shave Club as well. After this article came out about how 5 girls came over to the old apartment that he used to share with Dom and a few others. The goal of that night was that they were doing a bit for the vlog where these 5 girls were going to end up with Dom at the end of the night, and apparently the girls were not down to be with Dom. And according to the deleted vlog, this is an actual quote from David: after a stroke of luck and some master negotiating, 2 of the girls ended up with Dom that night. One of them has come out. The name that she's going by in the articles is not her real name, but it is Hannah, and she is saying that she was not capable of being able to consent to this situation. She says that she was provided with drinks and at the time was not of age to be provided with any sort of drink like that. Now, I want to say that accusations like this against Dirty Dom are not of the first. Dom has been accused of being inappropriate before this. There was a girl that made a video about her experience with Dom before, and he even made a video addressing it. And David even commented on that video, "Proud of you, Dom. Being an idiot is easy. Owning up to it is tough. Glad you made this." As if not treating women correctly is just being an idiot. I think it's just absolutely crazy that when they were profiting off of Dom and using him as the butt of the joke and joking about him doing inappropriate things, it was all fun and all in, haha, like we're making money, like Dom is so funny, these jokes are so funny. But then once the sponsorships are like, no, we're taking your money away because these jokes are not okay, this behavior is not okay, you encouraging this is not okay, they're like, oh my god, Dom is disgusting, Dom is gross, we hope the cops get him. Like, Jeff literally showed text messages between him and Dom as if that was supposed to mean something, like he's a good guy or something because he doesn't like Dom anymore, telling Dom he hopes the cops get him before he does. Like, we saw you in that vlog. We knew that you were there multiple times with Dom, that you guys made these jokes about Dom being inappropriate. There were people that have come out about Dom way prior to this insider article, yet nobody publicly spoke about not liking Dom until it affected the money that was coming in for them. Right now, no one ever said anything. And for them to even just say, like, we didn't know what happened behind closed doors. Well, the thing is, why were you making jokes about that if you never saw anything inappropriate happen? That's something that I would like to know. I just don't understand how you can make a joke about someone being inappropriate if you have never seen them do anything inappropriate. Why would anybody allow someone to call them something like that or have people make jokes about them being inappropriate if they were not? Like, is that funny? Is that the type of humor? Like, oh, haha, you're inappropriate. Who laughs about that? And if that's funny to them, or even if that was funny to them at one point, that is sick. In this vlog, as Dom was with these girls, David showed clips of Todd looking in the room, Jeff looking in the room, Nick, who goes by Jonah, looking in the room, which according to Jeff on Frenemies, which he did go on Frenemies, you guys, we're gonna get into it because it was bad, like bad. Like, if you think that this could get any worse, it got 30,000 times worse, especially for Jeff, because his timeline is all the way off. He's clearly hiding something. It's just a mess. But he said that when they filmed the portion of them looking in the room and making comments, there was no one in the room. Like, this was a different time. This was like staged. No one was in the room. They weren't actually seeing anyone physically in the room that they were looking in. The events with Dom and the girl were done and over. But might I add that when he was on Frenemies, his timeline was like all over the place because at first he said that he was only at David's filming for 15 minutes, and then Ethan asked him if he felt like he wanted to change that statement and say he was there a little longer. He said, okay, like he was there for 30 minutes. And then Ethan hits him with this photograph. He says, I got this photograph sent to me, and the timestamp is 1 a.m. of you guys outside of Dom's apartment with the girl. And apparently in this photo, it's like a little blurred, but in the corner, there's like one of her friends is holding her up because she can't stand. And this is, after everything that she alleged occurred. And everyone is just standing there, like David and Todd and Jeff, like they're all standing there seeing her in that state. And it's insane because, Trisha says she left around 11 and there are clips of Jason, Trisha, and Jeff sitting together on the couch. So if that was like 11, this is 1 a.m. He was clearly there for a couple hours. And when he got called out for this, he was absolutely shook. And the interview just like went way downhill from here because, obviously they really stumped him. But we'll get more into everything that happened here in a minute. So going back to Jeff's video, My Truth, and going back to recapping this original vlog, at the end of the vlog, there's a clip of Dom all sweaty after the event, which apparently this clip was filmed on a different day. He basically just confirms that his night was successful and he was with these girls. Once they're all back in the car again, it's Brandon, Jeff, Todd, David in the car. They say like they're going to jail after what occurred. Jeff, in his video titled My Truth, says that this was just a very bad joke and didn't mean that they knew about what had occurred behind closed doors with Dom, and they were just being funny. The conversation surrounding who actually went out and purchased the drinks with their credit card is definitely a major conversation being had in Jeff's video, because he is saying that he absolutely did not buy this, and he did not reveal who actually did buy it, but he is saying that he did not. And he spends a good majority of the video trying to discredit the article and the journalist that wrote it, as well as Trisha Paytas, saying that Trisha wasn't even there by the time that the drinks had arrived to the apartment. Her and Jason had left. And Trisha just says on Twitter that she was there hearing the fact that David wanted someone to go get it, and that Jeff and Todd went to go get something because Jason and her did not want to go get it. But what he fails to mention is that in the article, they're not going off of Trisha's word that she thinks that Todd and Jeff bought it. There is a girl, one of Hannah's friends, Sarah is the name that she's going by in this article. She said that she was completely sober the night that they were at David Dobrik's because she was the driver. She was driving her friends that night, and so she was going to be, the designated driver. She wasn't going to be drinking, so she was totally sober. And she said that Todd and Jeff came back with whiskey. It says very clearly that Hannah's friend Sarah, who said she didn't drink that night because she was driving, told Insider she remembers Todd Smith asking the group what kind of alcohol people wanted. Sarah also said she remembers Smith and Wittek coming back to the apartment with Smith holding a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey. Sarah shared a photo with Insider of Zigletis Dom sitting with Hannah and her friends alongside a bottle of Jack Daniel's and a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi. So Jeff saying that only Trisha is the source. Well, in this Insider article, it's not true. It was also the girl's sober friend. Now, I think the reason why this is such a big deal in Jeff's mind is because obviously providing any sort of drink for someone who is under 21 has definite legal repercussions, and he's really looking at it as, I don't want to throw my friend under the bus because there could be some serious legal stuff that could happen if he says who did it, right? But I think in everyone else's minds, and according to the comments and Twitter and everything, people are just like, it's not about who bought it. It's also about the fact that you guys let this happen. Like the idea that you guys would all be laughing and thinking that it's so funny that this was happening, and David is saying in the video that they didn't want to and then suddenly they did. And if alcohol is the only factor, the reason why these girls changed their mind, it looks so bad for everyone that was there. People aren't just focusing on who put their card down and got it swiped at the cash register. They're also just thinking about like, why didn't any one of you say this is messed up, we shouldn't do this? The fact that none of you guys, except for apparently Trisha, was saying this is messed up is what is concerning to a lot of people, and it's also concerning to a lot of brands. Everything about this situation, regardless of who actually purchased what or who did what, did something that just doesn't sit right with a lot of people. Jeff, throughout his video, tries to make the journalist who wrote this insider article look like she was siding with Trisha, or she wasn't getting all of the facts, or she was only reporting that Jeff and Todd had purchased this liquor based on what Trisha told her, when that isn't true at all. And he played out of context clips of her phone call with him to make it seem like she was just kind of listening to Trisha, when in fact, that is not true. Clearly from the article, she also had another source tell her that they witnessed Jeff and Todd bring this whiskey. And Jeff was upset because he felt like she was taking his stuff out of context because of the fact that he once said that Todd likes whiskey, and he felt like she made it seem like he was throwing his friend under the bus, when on Frenemies, Jeff admits that he did not read the entire article, which is absolutely insane. I don't know how you could get on camera not once but twice and try and defend yourself as well as your friends against a situation like this and not read the entire article. Like, how are you trying to discredit a journalist over an article that you didn't even read? That is just absurd to me. But he did try to redeem himself at the end and apologize at the end of Frenemies for trying to discredit Kat. But I literally was mind blown. I mean, the entire Frenemies in general, you guys, was insane. I mean, there was a lot of deflecting, a lot of I don't want to talk about this, and a lot of him not remembering a lot of stuff. He couldn't remember how long he was there at David's that night. He couldn't remember if he even left. He tried to say at one point, like, David left. And at the end of the day, people are upset at the fact that they've made jokes about how Dom has acted around girls before, yet they were still willing to leave him in a room with girls who had clearly been around drinks. And that's where the problem just arises. Like, no one was protecting these girls. No one was looking out for them after all the stuff that they've claimed to have known about Dom. And it's just like, why didn't you guys, think to help them? Why did you guys continue to film this? That's absolutely just so concerning to a lot of people. And he just tried to say, him and Todd did not go get the drinks. He said Todd did not get the drinks and that this just should be on Dom. I just don't think that he is understanding why, the other people are getting called out. I think he thinks the only two things that are something to be concerned about are the things that would legally get you in trouble. And that would be the purchasing of the drinks and the act of what Dom did. When a lot of people are saying, it's much more than that. It's more than the only person to get in trouble is Dom and whoever bought it. People are upset at them as a group, as everyone that was there not protecting these girls. That's the big picture of what everyone is upset about. People are just saying, we're disappointed, we're upset, we're angry that you guys made these jokes. You made it so funny about things that Dom does and cared more about making jokes than actually looking out for other people. Jeff does say on Frenemies, these things that they said about Dom and his reputation were just funny. Like, he didn't know the weight that it had, but it's just insane that the way he started off his statement, starting from his YouTube video, was trying to discredit Trisha, saying that the only reason why Trisha's coming out and talking about, him and Todd was because he ran out of a Starbucks one day and didn't say hi to her, when, Kat clearly stated in the article that it wasn't just Trisha that said that Todd and Jeff went to go get the drinks. He just was honestly going after the wrong people, when in reality, people just wanted him to say, hey, I messed up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have, I should have said something. I should have done something, and all this stuff. Like, take accountability. Don't try to blame other people or point fingers and say, this person doesn't know this. This is what happened. The fact that he is still protecting whoever bought the drinks, the fact that he isn't giving like the full story of that night, it's seriously what is making people angrier and angrier and angrier. Jeff mentioned he's been losing sponsors. Like I said, David's been losing sponsors, and he's lost this sponsor that's worked with him for a really long time. And he's been told that he has to delete all the videos that he's ever made with these sponsorships in them because this brand doesn't want to be associated with him anymore. And he says that he is being told that if he does not take these videos down, they are going to sue him. And he says he's going to leave them up because he is, that confident that he did not purchase the liquor. All in all, him going on Frenemies, him making this video, definitely shouldn't have happened if he didn't know all his facts about what was written and said in this article. This whole thing just got worse. I honestly think that if he had just read this article, people would not be as hot on fire upset at him as they are right now, because he came out and just like yelled at people thinking that they said stuff about him that was not even in the article. But I really want to know what you guys think about it. There was obviously a lot to unpack with not only his video, but the Frenemies episode. And even just aside from this one situation, there's so many things that are coming out about Dom and the Vlog Squad that just don't sit right with anyone. There's clips of them doing a Q&A and saying, you know, who's gonna get like arrested, or who's gonna go to jail or get arrested for doing a vlog. And David says like, oh, he wouldn't do anything that's like illegal for a vlog, but he would like make someone else do it. It's just like, what the heck? Like that doesn't look good. And there's all this stuff that's coming out. Also, a lot of people have been saying that Dom has put his Instagram on private because of the situation. Dom has been private on Instagram for a very long time. It's like a tactic that a lot of influencers use, like Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy. She has her Instagram on private because they say if you private your Instagram and you're an influencer, if people look you up, they have to follow you in order to see your Instagram, and you get like more followers that way. So Dom is not private because of the situation. He has been private, but as of right now, that's pretty much what's been going down. I do want to say that people did appreciate that Jeff did actually try to talk about the video that is in question and bring up the things that are being said and circulating around the internet in regards to the Vlog Squad, in regards to him, in regards to David. Because when David came out with his video, it was just a 2-minute video and people were like, what the heck? You didn't even mention what people are saying. You just kind of were like, hi, I'm sorry I made those videos. I was just trying to make people laugh. I've distanced myself from people and I always get consent. Whereas Jeff was willing to talk about the video, make his own video, even though he didn't read that article, which, oh my God, I don't know why he didn't do that, and go on Frenemies and get grilled and be put in the hot seat. And even though he didn't answer questions and people didn't like a lot of the things that he said, because I mean, oh God, it was bad. It was so bad. But people did at least appreciate that he spoke about the situation more than David. He did apologize to not only the journalist and Trisha, but to the girl, and said that he's sorry that this happened to her, and he didn't want to discredit any of the things that she was saying in the article, you know, with his video, and he tried to be careful and mindful about that, and he kept saying it over and over. And oh man, the situation is just, it's a lot, you guys, and it's a lot to, you know, talk about. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to keep track of because there's a lot of stuff being said everywhere. So I definitely want to know how you guys feel about everything that has been going on, and I definitely am curious to know how you guys feel about all the stuff that's been said by Jeff in the last few 24 hours. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.